Thank you very much for joining us. There's been no let-up in Israel's attacks on Gaza. Kamal Adwan Hospital in the north of the Strip has been targeted yet again. Israeli forces also struck a residential building nearby. The hospital director says dozens were injured in the attacks. Earlier, an Israeli airstrike hit a home sheltering displaced people in the area, killing at least 8. In central and southern Gaza, meanwhile, tents in what was supposed to be safe zones came under fire and several people were killed. Well, northern Gaza has been under Israeli siege for more than 2 months now. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have been subjected to unrelenting bombing. International organizations have been urging Israel to end its blockade and allow aid deliveries to the north. Let's speak to Tareq Azzoum, who's in Deir el-Balah, central Gaza, for the latest. Now, Tareq, Kamal Adwan Hospital, what are you hearing about the situation there? The Israeli attack sparked a fire in the intensive care unit of the hospital. Has that been contained?
Well, it's very difficult to comprehend what's happening in the north in light of the Israeli unrelenting military operation that is taking place, and during the past 12 hours it had also intensified. But this time the Israeli military, which had stormed the vicinity of the hospital, had targeted the intensive care unit, causing significant destruction in one of the main remaining lifelines for Palestinians who are right now getting a treatment in Kamal Adwan Hospital. The director of the hospital, Dr. Azzoum, confirmed that a huge fire broke out in the intensive care unit, causing some significant damage for the medical equipment, and he confirmed that the intensive care unit has become out of service due to that blistering attack that took place without any warning. The hospital has been significantly under huge attacks during the past few weeks, and the Israeli army has been using quadcopter drones and artillery shells in order to target the Kamal Adwan Hospital, which right now considered to be the last sanctuary for civilians who are still trapped. And inside the hospital there are approximately more than 70 Palestinians who are getting treatment, varied between injured people and patients who are in a very desperate need, at least for the minimum level of care. We also got exclusive scenes show how the sabotage was quite obvious inside the departments, which the vast majority of the medical workers managed to transfer those who are in the intensive care unit to other departments in order to continue providing them with medical treatment.
Right.
We have additionally heard from Dr. Azzoum his calls for the international community to afford the hospital some sort of protection in light of this staggering operation there in the north.
Yeah, so the Israeli ground operations and the siege of the north continuing. And there have been airstrikes across the Strip meanwhile. Tell us about what's been happening elsewhere, Tareq.
Yes, elsewhere in the Strip there has been a clear surge of attacks in the central areas and in the south of the Strip. During the early hours of this morning, we have heard sporadic shelling coming from al-Nusayrat refugee camp, where civil defense workers earlier today managed to recover 2 Palestinians who were killed in the northern part of al-Nusayrat refugee camp. They were killed in a previous occasion, and they managed to reach the site of the strike only during the early hours of this morning. Elsewhere also in Deir el-Balah, there has been a clear attack took place at midnight on a makeshift tent where 2 civilians confirmed killed, and in the city of Khan Yunis, more attacks also have overwhelmed civilians in open-air encampments, where another makeshift tent has been targeted. A woman has been killed alongside with the 3 others in the city of Khan Yunis, and those who were injured were transported to Nasser Hospital to get medical treatment. So the death toll and the humanitarian toll have been staggering since the early hours of this morning, showing how grim and drastic is the situation on the ground for the vast majority of Palestinians displaced in the central and even the southern part of the Strip.
Tareq, thank you very much for the update. That's Al Jazeera's Tareq Azzoum with the latest there from Gaza. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.